You're right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 24th, the day of September 2024. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Keneddy Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Murithi. We begin with Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has urged lawmakers to remain open to the possibility of a partnership between Adani Group and the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. In a 10th Senate session today, CS Mbadi confirmed that discussions are still in preliminary stages. Senators raised concerns about the implications of this significant investment for the government and the public, emphasizing the need for transparency in the process.
Rule Adani out at this stage. We need to give the authorities, those with the responsibility, opportunity to look at this matter, process it further. If the courts will allow or clear the runway, let me repeat again, then let it be concluded in a manner that is objective, so that no party feels hurt. And as I said initially, that we need also, the processes need to be clear. Even if you are terminating, the processes need to be very clear, so that any investor out there would not treat Kenya as a hostile ground for investment. Because we have also to be careful. If we do it in a way that would send signals that this is a country that does not support direct foreign investment, then we are running the risk of in future not attracting investment. But that does not mean we don't have to be careful about how we go about it. The only thing I'm saying is we need to do it in a way that is so objective and so clear that anyone out there who is still interested in this country knows that we have laws and.
Now, away from that, and church leaders from the Gusii region have united in condemning the proposed church regulation bill, labeling it as a draconian and a serious infringement on the freedom of worship. Speaking during a press conference, the leaders expressed concerns that the bill could impose excessive restrictions on religious practices, limiting the autonomy of congregations and potentially stifling their rights.
Na mkumbuke zile pesa nazozipokea, pia kuna vitu wanafanyia. Wengine wako na magari wanatumia, wana service. So msione mchungaji ametajirika, mnaanza kuingilia makanisa. Hatuna pesa. Sisi tuko nazo tunafanyia marejeo ya kanisa.
If you want to risk taxing the church, it is at your own risk. Hiyo ni shauri yako. That will be the greatest blunder ya maisha yako. Jambo kama hilo alijazungumziwa taifa la Kenya tangu 1963. Ati mheshimiwa rais ambaye anaongea kwa ndimi ndiye anakuja kusupervise kitu kama hicho.
Sasa Rais Ruto na ndimi na kusema Bwana asifiwe. Hii si Bwana asifiwe, mwende muifikirie sana ili mjue kwamba Bwana asifiwe sio kusema tu. Ruto, tunakuomba, tunakupenda, tunakuombea, but hii neno ongea mapema, sio ati ifike kwako ndio ukatae.
The church and the state, these are two inseparable institutions that must work together for the common good of mwananchi.
Wakati wameingia magumu na masito, huwa waingia kanisani, hutuambia tuwaombee hizi kura ili angalau tushukue kwa imani ile Yesu ametupa, na Mungu akishuka tunaomba na wengi wanashukua, wanapata, wanaendelea. Lakini wakifika kule bungeni wameenda tena wamegeuza, wanasaka tulipe tax.
Now, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Ogamba has assured a parliamentary committee that the task force reviewing the university education funding model will move swiftly to address pressing concerns. Speaking during the session, CS Ogamba emphasized the importance of re-evaluating how students are placed into different financial bands, a process crucial for ensuring equitable access to higher education.
It is a situation where we have to use the information, and you've brought out a lot of issues here which we appreciate, and that's why we have that committee, so that they can try and see these tests, these variables that we are using, are they producing the intended result? Because it was developed to ensure that the most needful students are not subjected, or they are not placed outside their particular area where then they can get funding from the government. If that is not happening, if we find that a larger number of needy students are being locked out by the model and they are being placed in a different band, then we will deal with it at that point based on the scientific data that will come out.
Now, in a significant move to enhance efficiency within the public sector, President William Ruto's administration has begun committing all civil servants to performance targets as the Ministry of Validation and Ratification of Performance Contracts that will be used to gauge the performance of all public servants enters day 2. Officials have warned that non-performing agencies may face strict sanctions, including potential budget cuts. Our very own Grace Ahati with more.
In efforts to enhance accountability within the public sector, the government has warned non-performing institutions of potential sanctions, including but not limited to budget cuts. Eliud Owalo, Chief of Staff for Performance and Delivery Management in the Office of the President, is leading the ongoing validation and ratification of performance contracts designed to assess the performance of all public servants. As the exercise enters its second day, the team has evaluated the performance contract for the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry.
We have agreed on the parameters, the activities, the major interventions that the ministry will undertake during the year. We have also equally agreed on the expected outputs and output indicators on the basis of which the performance of the ministry will be evaluated as at 30th June 2025. The rationale of this is that we want to institutionalize performance management within the entire public service, and an integral component of that performance management framework is performance contracting.
Aligned with the key pillars of the Kenya Kwanza's bottom-up transformation agenda plan, the ministry will now be held accountable through clearly defined expected outputs, performance indicators and time-bound targets.
In the space of focusing on our own homegrown products, the ministry has committed to promote the implementation of local content through the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya policy. And in this regard, the ministry will coordinate the implementation of the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya initiative by updating and publishing the procurement master roll of 2021, coordinating and tracking procurement of uniforms and shoes for the disciplined forces from local manufacturers, coordinating and tracking procurement of health products and technology by KEMSA from local manufacturers. We also need to enhance e-commerce trade in all aspects. And
this move comes alongside the administration's commitment to eliminate ghost workers from the government payroll, a strategy aimed at curbing wastage and saving millions of taxpayers' funds.
Has committed to complete the development and operationalization of 6 flagship export processing zone projects, as well as the construction of 19 KIPes. The ministry also has committed to institute 10 business reforms to improve the business climate and business environment, develop county license procedures regulations, and also de-risk value chains through concessional loans and co-investments, and review and recast investor journey structure so that we have got an enabling environment for foreign direct capital inflow.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Thank you so much, Ahati, for that report. Moving on swiftly, and Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti has challenged leaders to stop wrangling and engage with respect for the benefit of the country. Addressing the press, Governor Wavinya has said the ongoing wrangles by senior leaders in the country was setting a bad precedent to the younger generation of leaders in an apparent reference to the ongoing political wars, pitting leaders allied to President William Ruto against those supporting DP Rigathi Gachagua. Wavinya said it was impossible to find a common ground without exposing the country to a political turmoil.
Ninaomba amani. Ni vizuri viongozi tufanye kazi na amani, na watu wakae chini tu wasikizane. Tuangalie nchi yetu ya Kenya. Mwenyezi Mungu atusaidie. Hii dunia sio ya mtu. Sisi wote ni viongozi. Tukae chini pamoja, tusemezane, tuweze kuongoza nchi yetu ya Kenya kwa amani. Na viongozi kupatiana heshima tu pia ni kitu cha maana sana. Kwa sababu saa ingine tunapiga watoto wetu hawa majensi tukisema wanafanya mambo mabaya ama nini. But monkey see monkey do. Hawa vijana vile wanaona sisi tunabebana kama viongozi, tunatukanana, tunafanya nini. Sasa tukifanya hivyo na wao watafanya nini? Kwa hivyo I think sisi kama viongozi pia tujiangalie mienendo yetu. Tujiangalie mienendo yetu kama viongozi na tuishi kama tu viongozi.
Now, Ezekiel Odero is now fighting for the survival of his mega church after the High Court struck out an application challenging the deregistration of his New Life Prayer Center in an appeal that he has filed through his lawyer Danstan Omari. The controversial Mombasa-based preacher wants a judgment issued this year on April 19th stayed after he lost a bid to stop the cancellation of his church registration. Odero says that his church, which has over 40,000 members and affiliated institutions, risks being closed down by the registrar societies following the verdict. Now, students from Lunao Mixed Secondary School in Bumula constituency have today staged a protest at the County Education Director's office, expressing concerns over poor management of the school, the arbitrary transfer of teachers by the TSC, and inadequate classroom infrastructure. Confirming the students' protest, County Education Director Pius Ngoma stated that he has received the students' complaints and that his office has begun investigating the claims to ascertain the truth.
Kwamba kuna pesa za basari zililetewa shule na ilhali wanasema hivi na wanafunzi wanalipa, borders wanalipa more than the scholars do 3 times, but wanasema no money. Na borders so far chakula yao kila kitu chao boarding session imekuwa mbaya sana kwao. Hakuna vitu za kuwa facilitate waendelee na maisha mzuri pale boarding. That's why hata unajikuta Madai scholar wana perform more than borders.
They have marched to the CD's office complaining about the school management and other matters that were concerning transfer of one of their teachers. We have talked with them and they have agreed that they are going back to school. It's unfortunate to have the children moving all the way from school to the office to complain.
Pia kwa barabara wameacha kuwa madarasani, wako kwa barabara wakikimbia mbio wakitafuta haki yao. Na mimi nataka kukosoa ya kwamba mtu ambaye anafanya hii watoto kufika hapa ni kukosa kuwajibika na maprincipal. Ni county director wa education katika hii county ya Bungoma. Tunataka kumwambia kwamba achukue jukumu ya kuweza kuongea na maprincipal, waweze kuongea pamoja, ndio maprincipal wasiweze kutesa watoto wakikimbia kwa barabara, kwa sababu tunahitaji watoto wafanye mtihani. Na kama sio hivyo watafanya watoto waongee mtihani, kwa sababu makosa ni director wa education katika county ya Bungoma. Na tunataka kumwambia ajipike kwa kasi yake. Na kama hivyo director wa county ya Bungoma ya education kama hatachukua jukumu ya kuweza kuongelesha maprincipal watoto kwenda kwa barabara, sisi kama watetezi wa wanyonge katika hii county ya Bungoma tutamchukulia hatua kali na tutamfukuza katika hii county.
Now, plans are underway to construct feedlots in the 490 wards in arid and semi-arid lands to cushion pastoralists from adverse effects of drought. This is according to PS of ASAL Kelo Harsama, who has pointed out that the project will cost 13 billion shillings. The PS was speaking in Marsabit County during a public participation for Walda Integrated Agro-Pastoralism Feedlot Project, say that the government was committed to addressing effects of drought in ASAL's areas where they bore the brunt for the loss of livestock. Crossing borders now, and the two leaders of Tanzania's main opposition, Chadema party, are among 14 members who have been arrested as police attempted to block a banned demonstration in the main city, Dar es Salaam. Chadema said on X that its chairman Freeman Mbowe was taken into custody as he was preparing to lead a peaceful protest. Chadema had planned demonstrations to protest against alleged recent killings and abductions of opposition officials in the country. Last year, President Samia Suluhu Hassan lifted the ban on opposition gatherings and pledged to restore competitive politics, but for some, The recent incidents suggest a reversal of the promise of greater political freedom. Now, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has urged for restraint and de-escalation in the escalating tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. While addressing the Labour Party conference in Liverpool, Starmer emphasized the importance of diplomatic efforts to address the crisis, calling for the safe return of hostages. Well, it is exactly 15 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business news. Stick around.
Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
This week on Hope Devotion,
Jesus is talking to you. If you want to have a great life, He's saying, I want to help you build it.
join Reverend Bill Pipke as he shares the Word of God on the topic of integrity.
Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus was one who spoke the truth with grace. Trust is one of the pillars of integrity. If I can trust you, then I want to build a relationship with you.
Start your day with hope and peace every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Hope TV. Look and live.
Je, ushawahi kuweka jambo kwenye mizani? Ushawahi kupata uzito wake? Haya basi, usitapetape zaidi. Naomba unigande, maana mizani ipo hapa kwa ajili yako.
Vyakula na mbegu za kitamaduni,
na kutuliza fikra na kukuwezesha kupima masuala ibuka katika jamii, tena kwa busara. Tukutane mizani kila Ijumaa saa 1 machweo kwenye runinga ya Hope TV.
Hope TV presents News on the Go every day at 4 p.m. for all the breaking news and news making headlines. Hope TV, look and live.
Thank you for choosing Hope TV, the channel that brings you hope, entertainment, and inspiration. We value you and would like to serve you better. Talk to us by scanning this QR code on your screen or go to our social media page at Hope TV Kenya and click on the survey link by the name Hope TV Survey. It will just take a few minutes but means the world to us. We value your feedback. Hope TV, look and live.
Welcome back. Let's get down to business. And cooperatives and MSMEs Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya has continued to urge Kenyans who borrowed the Hustler Fund loan and have not yet paid to do so for other Kenyans to benefit too. According to Oparanya, so far 57 billion shillings of Hustler Fund have been disbursed to 22 million Kenyans, and out of that, only 44 billion shillings have been repaid.
But we are also discussing with Safaricom to make sure that those who borrowed at least pay back. Of course, before I used to say don't pay, but now I'm saying pay. I'm now saying pay. It will help other Kenyans. It will help other Kenyans. But in consultation with the service providers, we are coming out with other innovations to make sure that those who have borrowed money just pay back so that other Kenyans can actually also present. The 2 million people who have progressed on, we plan to launch a new product for them, the semi-loan portfolio, and we are hopeful that after that, they will now graduate. They can be able now to go to commercial bank and borrow.
Moving on swiftly, in a deliberate effort to spur growth and diversification, Safaricom Investment Cooperative has officially changed its name to SIC Investment Cooperative. According to SIC Investment Cooperative Board Chair Jody Rono, the decision to adopt a new brand identity came after a 6-month transitioning process that sought to align the society's 2023 to 2027 strategic plan anchored on financial growth and sustainability, increased member mobilization, and improved internal processes.
What was formerly known as the Safaricom Investment Cooperative was formed in 2009 when a group of Safaricom staff joined together to form a member-driven investment company to pursue joint investments in real estate, marketable securities, and private equity. Over the last 15 years, as evidenced by all of you sitting here and some who aren't here, I think that mandate has been fulfilled. So congratulations on that for all of you.
This rebrand provides the foundation for these exciting new ventures and partnerships. Our cooperative's rebrand is also a commitment to modernizing the way we engage with all our stakeholders. We will be introducing new digital tools and resources to make investments more accessible, more transparent, and easier to navigate. From user-friendly platforms for portfolio management to education initiatives that equip our members with financial knowledge, we are building the future of cooperative investment.
I want to assure you of my ministry's commitment to providing an enabling environment for the cooperative sector to prosper in its full potential. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to reiterate my ministry's commitment to working with all cooperative players in realizing the transformation of the lives of all Kenyans.
Now, Bungoma Governor Kenneth Lusaka has said that the county government has the potential to collect over 3 billion shillings each financial year, provided there is no corruption. Speaking after officially launching the Trade Loan Fund, Governor Lusaka said that the tax collection is key to the livelihoods of the area's residents. Lusaka has urged residents to take advantage of the loans by utilizing them appropriately while assuring business owners of their safety.
Tax holiday, hiyo tunajaribu kuona kufanya, we want to make sure that pia we implement it. Kwa hivyo hii trade loan ilianzisha 2013 wakati nilikuja, na ilikuwa ya maana sana vile mliambiwa. Tulikuwa na seed money shilingi 100,000 milioni 100,000. This time tumeweka 40 million na tunatarajia kwamba 4,500 beneficiaries watapata katika kaunti yetu. So ile tunafanya hapa leo is just to launch it. Na nishukuru assembly yetu, county assembly yetu, kwa sababu sisi kama executive tukipitisha tunarudisha, tunapeleka kwa county assembly for approval. Wakipitisha sasa ndio wanatupatia uwezo wa kuweza kuspend pesa hiyo. Sisi now we are executing, tunaona Dr. Wamamili anapitia hiyo. Kwa hivyo nataka nishukuru assembly, mkirudi kwa niaba ya wengine mrudisha asante zangu kama executive kwamba tumeshukuru sana. Na vile wengine wamesema, I don't want to belabor the point, I'll be talking about mambo ya loan. Usichukue pesa kama huna mpango, itakuletea msango kubwa sana. Sasa ndio nataka kuhimiza wamama na wazee ambao mko hapa na Bungoma nzima. Hii pesa tunataka ikusaidie, hatutaki kuletee shida to commit suicide. Kwa sababu ile 100 million kama kila mtu angelipa ingekuwa imezalisha sana. Na this time tumebadilisha mtindo, kwa sababu that time unajua serikali ikipeana pesa watu wanafikiria ni ya siasa. Mimi nakumbuka wakati mmoja tulipeana pesa wana wa DC, watu wakapigwa auction. Na watu wetu najua wanaogopa loan sana because of mismanagement. Wacha tuende tuchukue, if you have a plan, a loan will assist you. Most of these leaders ukiona hapa, we are surviving on loans.
Well, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, many thanks to you. My name is Keneddy Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Murithi.